It's time to raise the roof for our latest regular season episode. Welcome back to the pod, everyone. I'm your host, Alex Murphy. The boys are here today, Evan Lynch and Gibby. Guys, how we doing? Because it seems like the Rays are kind of just like, eh.
Uh, Pretty good, Alex. Uh, I got this new Levante David jersey. It's pretty sick, pretty sick Buccaneer, just retired. $40,
I was gonna
Alex.
say, did you go on Fanatics and try to
$40.
buy it for cheap?
Yeah, it was super cheap. And this is an all-time jersey now because he's retired. He's a Buccaneer for life because it's done. So it's not like that Mike Evans jersey investment where that's kind of soured now, but in the future it could still recover. But I feel like this jersey, great purchasing decision. I'm also wearing the Puerto Rico hat I just got. You know, pretty sick. Um, Not a lot of Puerto Rican players on the Rays, but I'll wear the hat anyway. I love the island. Ireland's an island, and that's where, my ancestors come from. So is Puerto Rico's an island. So we have that in common. We have commonality there.
I'm glad that you were able to find commonality.
But yeah, the Rays, it's been pretty eh.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Evan, how you feeling? Do you
Yeah,
have the Masters on in the background?
I do.
Okay,
I do
that's
have
what
the
I
Masters
thought.
on.
Yes,
Yeah,
the Rays.
Masters weekend.
Yes.
More intriguing than race baseball right now.
Yeah, a little bit.
I found out that they make $8 million an hour in merch sales at that place,
Yeah,
or like millions of dollars an hour. It's some ridiculous number.
it's like tens of thousands per second or something
Yeah,
insane.
It's I think I saw it was $277 per second, which is just an
Oh,
absurd number.
that is
I was
absurd.
totally off then. But yeah, it's an insane. I mean, it makes sense. It's the only place on the planet that you can get that merch. So, but no, I mean the Rays are the Rays. That's about as much as I can describe. I'm still on the high from Monday night's title game. That was awesome. Go blue.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, congrats to Michigan on winning the Natty. Evan got his chance to go celebrate because Maryland sucks.
Dusty is he's unbelievable. He's not the best coach. Danny Hurley's the best coach, but he's up there. And that was really cool. But yeah, huge series for the
Congratulations.
Rays though. Um, if we
Congratulations.
sweep this week, we're first place, right?
Yeah,
The AL
the
mid.
Well, the whole AL is a joke.
Yeah, the AL East ain't good
it
right
could.
now.
I don't know if the math is mathing for me there, but maybe.
But
You
we're
I
not
know,
looked at
sweeping.
the I
We're not
haven't looked at the
sweeping.
Yankees record because yeah, they're at the top right now, so I don't like acknowledging that.
I said this on Twitter. Speaking of the Masters, like I don't care what kind of it's not really bullshit, but I don't care what kind of rules that they have in terms of like sponsors and stuff like that. Fred Ridley, who's the chairman of Augusta National, is a part owner of the Rays, which means that by default there should be Rays stuff on the course. I don't care, but like I mean, we should be getting there should at least be a Rays X Masters collab of
Alex, if
some
you keep
sort.
saying that, they're gonna bring the green jerseys back.
Hey, there should be a Rays X Masters collab. I think that that
Mo-
would be sick.
That would
Well,
be
more
sick.
importantly than the Rays sponsorships, they should give like people who are involved in Rays media and especially Rays podcasts tickets to the Masters.
I agree. That's a good idea.
I'm not naming anybody specifically, but
Fred, if you're listening.
there are three guys that I have in mind that would love Masters
Fred,
tickets, and
if you're listening.
possibly a chance to play Augusta as well. We wouldn't turn that down either.
I would turn that down because I'd be horrible.
I'd
I
check
would
every
shoot like a
ball.
120. I would
I would
not
not
do
turn that
it.
down, just for the record. Evan Lynch would not turn that down.
Evan Lynch.
Evan's putting it
Evan
on the
Lynch is
record.
ready.
Is that what should
Whoever's
happen?
listening.
I mean, what if, I am curious about what a partnership with that looks like moving forward. Because like I mean, this is the first time that anything like this has happened where you literally have, the someone who's associated with arguably the most famous golf course in the world, and you can argue a couple other places like the old course at St. Andrews and
Like
and
Pebble
like
maybe,
yeah,
but
Pebble Beach, things like that. But like to have him be a part owner of the Rays, like I feel it would be stupid, I think, on the Rays' part to not try to utilize that to their advantage and do something with it. Now, I'm not saying do something crazy, but like I feel like they should at least try to do something of note with it.
True.
I
I
don't know
agree.
what that
Like
thing is, but
how much of the Rays does he own? Does Ridley own? Like,
he's just a minority owner. He's nothing more.
okay. I don't know. I feel like I don't even know what that would look like.
That I couldn't tell you. I just know that it is. I know that it's legit. I mean, yeah, obviously him owning the thing, him being part of it is certainly legit. But like, I don't know the whole thing. I'm just like, it would be stupid for the Rays to not try to do something with it. And I'm not saying do something crazy, but like, I feel like it would be cool if there was some sort of a partnership with it. Um, it would be it wouldn't be I don't know. I just think it would be cool to do something with that moving forward. Whatever that might be, I don't know. But I mean, to have someone like that with that kind of prestige within the sports world, I think the Rays should do. I don't want to say take advantage of it, but the Rays should do something with it. They shouldn't just leave it be,
True.
whatever that might be.
Yeah, no,
Um,
it seems like a good opportunity. I just don't know I don't know what that would look like,
Yeah,
but
I don't
at
know.
least a Masters collab in terms of merch would be sick.
Yeah,
That would be cool. I mean, I think that that would kill the whole exclusivity part of it. But still, I mean, if you could make it as limited of a drop as possible, I think that that would be really cool. And just like sell it inside of the stadium, like in one store instead of anywhere else. Like, don't have it online, don't have it anything like that. Basically, make it the same sort of thing as what Augusta is, where it is you can only buy it in a certain place and nowhere else. If they did that, I think that would kind of adhere to what they want to do, and I think that would be sick. But these are all
maybe.
blue sky concepts. We never know what's going to happen. But what we do know in terms of things happening is that the Rays are very okay right now. I think that's the best way to describe it. They had what I would consider, for all intents and purposes, a pretty solid road trip. And then going into the home opener, of course, all of the um, all of the fanfare surrounding the team's return to Tropicana Field was certainly emotional for plenty of people. It was, I mean, I think that all the festivities pregame were fantastic, and then of course the Rays go out and win. Um, Shane didn't have as great of a start as I think he wanted to, or as Rays fans wanted to, but he was still able to at least get the job done to some extent. And then, like I mentioned, the Rays were able to pull out a win there. And then the other two games in the series against the Cubs just were unforgettable. It felt like the Rays put all their energy into the first game, which I can understand. And then they just kind of fell out, lost steam, and then weren't able to get games two and three.
Yeah, I mean they were uncompetitive. They were never really close either. I mean, I guess the rubber match was kind of close for half the game, but once again, just another big inning just unravels and the game is over in the span of 5 minutes. That seems to be a recurring theme this season. Definitely a disappointing series loss considering we won the first game. McClanahan didn't. He looked fine, I'd say. I think it was what the third inning when there were three flyouts, and I swear all three of them were home runs. I don't know if you guys remember that. But we had juice. We had bat. Like we hit what three home runs in that game. Um, yeah, what Mullins, Caminero, and Aranda. So
Yep.
um, a great start. I mean, it was that was really cool. That was a really cool home opener. I think it. I don't know. The Trop does look incredible. The amount of light that it's getting, the backstop, the electronic backstop, it doesn't even look like the Trop anymore.
No, it's
I,
weird.
obviously, Gibby can, since Gibby went to the game on
Tuesday.
Tuesday, I believe he can talk about that a little bit more. But very disappointing, especially just considering the Cubs, like these teams that we're playing are not good teams. And I'm sick of playing the NL Central. We better not play another NL Central team for the next 3 months because the fact that we started 3 out of 4 interleague is very strange. But
Yeah, that is really weird.
um, yeah, disappointing. And you're right. It did seem like a lot of our emotional interest was in the first game. Um, but yeah, Gibby, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, the first game that was awesome. That was awesome to watch on TV. I didn't get a chance to go to the first game, but it was just awesome seeing everybody there. A lot of Rays fans, obviously. And then, the next two games, it was pretty Cubs heavy, and the Tuesday game was very brutal. I mean, I had fun because I went to the Coppertail stand. I got one of those triple IPA whatever beers, which is like three beers and one beer. So that's kind of like your best value at the ballpark, even though it was still a $20 beer. But minus the $10 I got, it was only a $10 beer. So not bad, not bad uh in those by those standards. But yeah, we did it. I didn't even realize we didn't have a hit until like the fourth inning, and I've become really bad at when I'm at the game. I like I'm not really paying attention to the game for like a minute because it's always going so fast now and like with pitch clock and everything. But yeah, I mean, it was good to be there. Uh, Definitely a lot of Cubs fans. Went to Ferg's before the game. Tons of Cubs fans there too, from out of town. I think Alex put it best on Twitter. Go back to Brooksville, you know?
Yeah, there is a lot of and I think they made such a big, and we already like plenty of people have talked about what happened with Ferguson to start the season. They had they had like or they were going to they ended up hosting a Rays opening day thing and then made a big deal about the whole Wrigleyville thing. They had that basically like welcoming Cubs fans in. And I think to an extent, I think that they are like a secondary Chicago sports bar. Um, but like it definitely turned like it rubbed people the wrong way.
Yeah.
It did not give off the vibes that I think people wanted to. And I wonder if that encouraged more Chicago fans to go to Fergs, just knowing that all of that happened. I could certainly have imagined that being the
Hey,
case.
Chicagoans are petty like that. They
They
might.
are.
They might. Hey. But yeah, I mean it was a great game. I was basically just shooting the shit of everybody because the Rays weren't doing shit. Uh so I mean it was fun
And you
and
brought up a good point on Twitter, I will say, and I want to discuss this. You talking about like, do you ever just talk with random people at games? I
Oh yeah.
honestly think like I think that makes like that's what makes baseball so much fun is the ability to be like, oh hey, you're wearing this cool jersey, like let's strike up a conversation or something like
oh
that.
yeah.
It's especially like I mean, my experience with going to Rays games is usually on the road. I mean, I've only been to two games at the Trop in my entire life. And I've been to probably 15 road games, and that's kind of like how you like I guess just become normalized with the road the home team, I guess. Like I mean, usually the games we would go to would be at Fenway, so like it's a rivalry. I mean, it's a rivalry kind of in quotations. It's interdivision. Like they're not going to be the nicest people to you. So you're if you show that you're nice and you're joking around with the people around you, especially people. I mean, drunk Bostonians is a lot of fun too.
Oh yeah.
Um, but I mean, we're always joking around. We always like, I don't know. I totally agree with your take, Gibby. You just be personable, you're friendly, and especially when the beverages are flowing,
Oh
it's
yeah.
easier to
Oh
do
yeah.
that. So that's the
Yeah.
whole vibe of the
But
ballpark.
but yeah,
So
you always think in the back of your mind, it's like, does this person really want to talk to me right now? But it's all right. Uh but yeah, I mean, in terms of, the players, I really liked what I saw from Chandler Simpson in that game specifically because he was kind of the only one doing stuff. And then I think Ryan Vilade had a hit the next game, or was that might have been the game I was at when Ryan Vilade got his hit. Yeah, yeah, one hit, one RBI, my boy. So I mean, the star players they weren't really, you know, doing too much on Tuesday, but some of the new guys like Chandler Simpson, who we talked about all last season, how fast he is and all that, just I mean, he's just got insane contact right now, and the defense has just improved massively. That was something that everybody was always on him about, and I guess He improved a lot. He had help from maybe he had some help from KK, but I think mostly it was, himself, just put it in that hard work. So,
He improved a lot, but the defense as a whole has not improved a lot. I will say that
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
has
What is it?
been,
17 errors in 12 games, I
Oh
think I
man.
saw.
yeah. I mean, Carson hasn't been
Oh
it.
man.
Carson wasn't as good as we thought at the rip. I know Walsey has struggled at the rip. Um, like I think there was what, like 3 errors in an inning either yesterday, or the day before that, or 2 days. I
Oh,
guess 2 days ago.
Wednesday.
Like
Yeah, Wednesday we had 3 errors, and then
yeah,
the day
yeah, there
before
was
that we
that
had
like
one.
weird play, and I'm pretty sure there were 2 errors that happened on the same play, and then there was another error that happened later than it.
Yeah,
Like,
Jesus.
we're dead last. We have the most errors in the league by 5.
yeah, and then
Like,
Junior is basically the difference there because he's got six, I think, on his own.
yeah,
So
Jeez.
I just don't.
we have 17, and the Red Sox, Nationals, and Marlins each have 12
Yeah, I just don't understand what's like
in 12
why.
games played. Like that's insane. That's an insane stat.
Yeah, and also like the defense wasn't that great in spring training, and I think it was like a lot of people were pointing towards it being more of the guys that weren't going to play, like it was like minor league guys and things like that. But it seems like it's trickled over to the major league guys too. Like it's not just it wasn't just an isolated thing. Like there's some serious issues that have happened defensively with this team that are very unlike the Rays. And then on top of that, I know that we've made such a big deal about the catching position specifically Nick Fortes and how good he's been offensively. But I'm almost positive that the Rays are one of the worst teams in baseball in terms of allowing stolen bases to begin the season. Like it's not like they've been throwing out a significant amount of guys. Now they have been playing teams who do steal a lot, but still, you want to try to prevent stolen bases, and the Rays just haven't done that. Like I don't understand I guess I don't know what kind of jitters are happening. Same thing with the bullpen. The bullpen's gotten better as of recently, but like in the grand scheme of things, bullpen is still one of the worst in baseball right now, and it kind of follows in suit to what's happened over the last couple of years about, they start the season out and it just doesn't start out great, especially on the bullpen side of things. Like we've seen that. So I just I don't know if these are jitters or if these are actually like concerning consistent issues that we should be discussing more as a fan base. Like I think that there are reasons for concern even early on about things, and it can be small reasons for concern, but I do legitimately think that if these things continue, then the Rays are just going to be the exact same team that they've been the last 2 years.
Yeah, it looks like we give up the second most, or hold on. Yeah, we give up the second most opponent stolen bases per game at 1.25,
That's not good.
which and that's the thing. It's like you said, it's like this team has some pieces, it has some bright spots, but it's not good enough to overcompensate for errors for
Yeah.
not doing the small things. Like in order for this team to make the playoffs, which I don't think it's going to, but in order for them to make the playoffs, they have to do all of the little things right. They cannot give away base runners. They can't give away runs. It's not good. We're not good enough to make up for that. And clearly I mean, 17 errors through 12 games. I'm surprised we're even 2 games under. Like that's kind of given this roster and given those numbers, I wouldn't have been surprised if we're 4 or 5 games under. But
Mm.
I think that also because our schedule also hasn't been very difficult either. The should be really good. I think the Cubs will get it going. But like the Twins and Cardinals are not good teams at all. And we went 3-3 against them. So like
And it remains to be seen if the Cubs
that,
are a good team too. So
right. And we got the Cubs at a good time. Like they were not
yeah.
good yet. So
Yeah.
um but I agree with what you were saying, Alex.
But yeah, I mean, I could chalk up Tuesday to, Rasmussen, getting scratched because congratulations to him, by the way. He had his second child, I believe. So that's very cool for him. Uh, but it's not like we had to use extra bullpen guys that day. We only used like three of our pretty low leverage guys in Tuesday's game, and then Wednesday, there's just kind of no recovery after that. I forgot who got blown up. Who got blown up here? I mean, Joe Boyle kind of just, it was kind of just Joe Boyle. So it's understandable. Um, he looked really good earlier in that game and then just sort of fell off by that. yeah, fourth inning had to be pulled. So, and then Jesse Schulten's just taking the reins from there. I mean, four and a half. He did better than Joe Boyle.
He did that. So the game
Four
that
and
I
two
went to,
thirds.
the game where what's it called? Where Kelly served up the walk off to
Yeah,
Dylan Beavers last year in
that
Baltimore.
88.
Yeah, 88 right down the middle. Just great stuff. But the so that game, Rasmussen was approaching his innings limit for the year, so he ended up getting to 150 on the dot, and I think he was pulled with like I think it was like two and one third, two and two thirds. Like he got pulled really early. And then Schulten's pitched for like 5 innings. Like he was just there in the bullpen just trying to eat up innings, and now he's back in Durham. But like he's good. He's a good innings
That
eater.
guy munches innings, bro.
Yeah, he's it's nothing crazy, but like I mean, I remember that game specifically because of Drew. I mean, it's the same sort of vibe. Like they needed someone to kind of spot start, you know, eat up innings, spot start in and around guys not being successful, and he was the guy to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good point. That game, I forgot about that. That game was kind of a wash once we knew Rasmussen was out. I was like,
hmm
you're kind of like you're just going into that game expecting a loss. Oh yeah, once again, congratulations to the Rasmussen family.
Yeah,
Um,
two kids, man. That's a lot. Like I can't imagine what that is on like a mom as you know having like a big league husband. I can imagine what that's going to be like on her.
yeah. I mean,
I'm sure she has a lot of help, but no,
Oh yeah,
not
that's
not
what I'm
to
hoping.
not to discredit what she has to do.
Oh, no,
Also,
100%,
but
also,
100%.
he's a starting pitcher. He only has to work every 5 days. Just kidding.
Yeah, yeah, that's
I'm
true. He
just
doesn't
kidding.
have
I'm
to be
just
at the
kidding. I'm
ballpark
just kidding.
all.
I'm just kidding. Uh, but but yeah, Jesse Schultens. I mean, I find it weird. I don't know what's wrong with Joe Boyle. I mean, how do you have like that good of a pitch mix, a 102 fastball, and you have less strikeouts than Schultens, who's kind of has like two pitches basically, um, or maybe three. Uh, So it just doesn't. I'm not sure what's wrong with Joe Boyle. I'm ready for Pepio to come back, but I'm still hopeful for Joe Boyle that he can kind of right this ship because I mean his first start he was very solid and then this start not so much. So
can we have Springs back? Did you guys see Springs?
Yeah, Springs
Or
is a dog.
Jeffrey
Surprising.
Springs.
You know,
yeah,
and
did you
also
see?
someone brought up the whole because Taj is dealing to begin the year out.
Oh
I had to do you know I saw some people putting out some like B War stuff. I'm pretty sure like the Rays have like a combined like negative B War from the guys that they've gotten from the Twins trade. And then the Twins have gotten like 20 B War. And again, B War is different than F War, F War, Fangraphs War, B War, Baseball Reference War. Um, like those haven't really worked out in favor of the Rays.
No, the Rays are quietly getting rinsed in the trade market recently, I think.
Yeah.
Like the the days of like the Rays sneakily hosing people in the trade market, I think are over. I mean, we haven't done that in a long time.
yeah, I knew that we got hosed on that Taj Bradley trade as soon as he said, "Oh, what's a scouting report? Oh, that's like helpful."
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Yeah. How did no
that
one
was like last year and I was like, "Oh no.
how
What
did no one
is
in the
going
Rays
on?"
organization how did no one in the Rays organization realize like, oh, maybe we should talk with this dude about trying to, figure his shit out on the mound.
And
Like
maybe it's
maybe
like
we
a
should.
maybe it's like a Jamarcus Russell thing where it's like, "Oh, I'm not looking at the fucking playbook. You know, I'm on the Raiders or whatever. I'm gonna throw the ball 85 yards down the field every time." But I don't think it was really that, you know. I feel like he always had like solid stuff, so it's just I don't know, maybe the Rays just aren't patient enough anymore, or they're too jittery in this trade market where it's like, oh, this guy, not working out for us. We have to turn it around right now and get new pieces and try to start this thing over. It's
I I think it's
yeah,
like I think it's that and the combination of like I don't think that we develop pitchers like we used to. I mean, you
yeah.
think about Taj. I mean, Taj is a great example. Shane Baz, also same example. I haven't checked what he's doing this year, but he's one of those guys where he showed so much promise and he just never made the next step. Joe Boyle seems to kind of be like that next guy. Like Joe Boyle, he made some really good progress last year. Didn't expect much. Like obviously he's super young, but like once again, he hasn't made that next step with a full off season. And I get it's tough. In his position, it's tough because he's kind of on the borderline of being an MLB
Yeah,
player,
like
and we don't know
he
where he's
wasn't even
actually going to
supposed to
be.
get. I mean, he wasn't even supposed to get this opportunity to start the year out. Like he's just taking over Pepio's spot right now. And
So,
Pepio's
so I
the
get
best.
that. I get that. Like, I'll give him I'm not. I'll give them as the organization the benefit of the doubt in that specific example. But like, he's the next guy that you're looking at to where it's like he's got to make some sort of a jump, or else like what is going on with
Yeah.
this pitching? Um, and Pepio, I guess is the opposite. Like he's also young. They
But the
developed him
Rays didn't
into a good.
develop Pepio. He was developed in the Dodger system.
That's fair too. Yeah.
No, shit.
Some of the guys have been really good, and some of the guys haven't been really good. And also, I think that's like the Rays haven't given like they've given a leash to some guys, and they haven't given a leash to other guys. Like I don't know what's gonna happen with Boyle. His stuff is really good when he's on, but he's not always on, which is the problem. Like I said that on Twitter. I was like, when his stuff is on, he's one of the best pitchers in baseball, but his stuff is not always on.
Yeah.
Like like the key word is when it's on, not it being on all the time. So like we know that off the rip that like he's not the most dominant. He's not going out there and being Clayton Kershaw 9 innings a game. Like he's going out there and maybe being Clayton Kershaw like 2 innings a game, and then he'll revert back to his former self and not do that. So like if they can find a way for him to be more consistent and give them 5 innings a game where he's as close to being dominant as he can, then we're in a different situation. But he's not like that, and I think like that. I think they gave enough leash to Boz and they gave enough leash to Taj, where they were like, okay, we saw what they can do, but they weren't consistent enough for us. And I also think that Shane got kind of the short end of the stick because he was playing in a ballpark that was not conducive towards his pitching. Now, I'm not saying that Baltimore's any better, but Steinbrenner's a bandbox for all intents and purposes, and he was getting shelled at home consistently. So, uh, yeah, if I think both of them got opportunities and the Rays just didn't like what they saw, so they try to get as much as they could out of it. I do really think that the Boz trade, was a profitable trade for the Rays in
Right.
terms of capital. Um, haven't felt that way about the Taj trade because Griffin Jax has been really disappointing. Again, it's the same thing. When his stuff is on, he is the best pitcher. He's one of the best relievers in baseball. His stuff is not always on. Like that's concerning. If you want him to be this high leverage guy and he struggles in high leverage situations, then you lose a big reason and piece it's a big reason why you traded for him in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, Shane Baz, like, I'm not mad that we traded him. I'm not mad that we
Yeah.
traded Taj either. Like, there were,
There were concerns.
yeah, there were
Yeah,
concerns for both of them. I'm not,
notable concerns.
and I loved that trade, especially because it came right after the Bealow trade, which was, I thought, a little bit underwhelming. So the the
Well,
Boz
that was
trade coming
underwhelming
off,
for me specifically.
right? Well, and you too. But that following up, like it seemed like we got a ton for him, which was awesome. I remember Aram tweeted like he was like all over the Rays return for that. Obviously, he knows a lot about the prospect and pool. Um, but it's more so the fact that we haven't really been able to develop those guys, the guys who had showed insane promise, who went through stretches where we were like, hey, this guy could be an ace, a number two, and just never made the jump. I mean, I will say Boz also has not looked, he hasn't been great.
No.
Should say that for
And
the
also, former Ray
Orioles.
Zach Eflin's out for the year.
It's only been two starts and he has a 4.09 ERA, so not great. Only nine
Evan,
strikeouts too.
did you see that about Eflin being out for the year because he's getting like
Y-
UCL surgery?
Yeah, I did. I did see that.
Yep. Thank
It's too
God the Rays
bad.
can go out and sign his ass. You know who they could have signed though, and I'm really angry about it, even though Nick Martinez has been honestly really good to start the year out. Zach freaking Littell. I saw him pitch against the Cardinals this week, and he shoved. Like I love Zach Littell so much. I thought that the Rays were going to find a way to get him back, and they didn't. And I'm like, I think that he's so valuable in what he brings to the rotation. Like he went from being probably a number five with the Rays to probably being a number one with the Nationals.
Yeah, he's. I will say he's kind of the. I guess to play devil's advocate, like he is the other side of that. Like he we were able to.
He did give up a lot
Um,
of solo homers, though. I think it's worth noting.
but
He gave
he,
up a
he
lot of solo
but he
homers.
didn't walk anybody. He threw like 95% of his pitches were strikes.
Yeah, no, he
Um,
was a contact pitcher, and but he struck out like seven guys when I was there, and I was like, Zach Littell doesn't strike out guys like this. Like, what are we doing?
so we were able to do we did develop him, and I was that's but I guess he was a little older.
I also missed a I was a day away from seeing a Curtis Mead homer.
Oh, that's too
I
bad.
saw a Curtis Mead double though, and I saw Ryan Stanek absolutely give up a meatball to James Wood, and he torched it. So lot of former Rays in the game that I went to, like very unintentional, but I was like, oh my God, Curtis Mead is gonna pinch hit. This is absolute comedy.
Oh man.
Okay, so going into this series against the Yankees, good should be a very good series. Should be a very Yankees fan heavy series at the Trop. Expect a lot of Yankees fans there. That's all I'm saying. Evan, what are the pitching matchups for this series between the
It's
Yanks and the Rays?
it's Heel versus Mats tonight.
Okay, not
Um,
bad.
it's a pretty good one. Mats has looked very good so far.
He
And
has.
then Freed versus Martinez. Martinez,
Okay,
I mean two aces. Martinez
interesting.
2-0. I don't know if he actually got two wins, but 2-0 in games started by Martinez, the Rays are. And then Schlittler versus McClanahan on Sunday.
Ooh, that's three
That's a
really
cool
solid
matchup.
pitching matchups.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
And
I
this
mean, we
is
get to
including
see.
the fact that Martinez has been solid to start the year.
Huh. It's a 6-10 game on Saturday. I feel like home games are always aren't they always 4-10 games?
They're usually 4-10 games. This
Huh.
might be an exception to the rule.
Just because it's the Yankees. Make it a little later.
Probably. And I mean,
Make it a
I'm
little
sure.
easier for him.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
what I did want to mention before we go into like the whole pick a player, keys to the series thing. Did y'all get emotional for opening day? Like, I'm not gonna lie, just seeing the Trop like on my screen kind of made me tear up a little bit. I was like, we're home.
Oh
We're
yeah.
back.
Oh yeah. I mean, I have so many memories at the Trop, practically born in that place. So I mean, yeah, a lot of memories came flooding back, and it is good to be back, you know.
Yeah.
But that got scorned by these last two games, but it's okay. I still love the Trop. I still love the Trop. It's America's ballpark, baby.
It is America's ballpark. It's the
Uh,
best place.
yeah, no, it was I didn't like tear up. The vid the flashback videos of all like the moments at the Trop that those moments always make me like give me the chills. But it was
Oh
really
yeah.
cool to see. It's just weird.
Yeah,
Like
no
I don't
tears
know.
from me. Or definitely chills down my back though. I
Like
see
it's
what you're
weird like
saying.
watching the game on on Wednesday. It felt so normal so quickly. Like it felt like last year didn't even happen.
Yeah.
Oh, it
It just
happened
really
though. We were all
it
there. We all
it
witnessed
we
it.
all went to a game there. Like
We all melted.
yeah. Yeah.
Me more than others, but still.
Yeah.
No, I know, I agree. It was a hell of a lot of fun to see them back. I'm so happy that they're back. I think so many people are happy, and I hope that people go to games this year. I hope that opening day wasn't some one-off thing. Like
It seemed
the
that
whole April promotion. If you buy tickets to a game in April, you get $10 to spend whatever you want in the ball in the ballpark, as Gibby did.
and
Um,
it seemed like a good crowd throughout the entire series.
yeah,
A lot of Cubs fans regard like who cares? It seemed like a good crowd
a lot of
in
Yankees fans are gonna
general.
travel too. Travel all the way from Tampa.
Weekend series too, so
Should be a banger. All right, pick a player and our keys to the series. Let's start off with keys to the series. Gibby, what are your keys to the series against the Bronx Bombers?
God damn it, bullpen. Just, keep it together, man. And defense. I mean, those are the two facets we're missing. We have the starting pitching. We have the offense. That's not something the Rays usually get to say. Usually our starters are like, injured or something. Knock on wood, knock on wood. Um, but yeah, the bullpen, I mean, it's what we've been talking about the last year and a half. It's the bullpen. And, it's not Rays defense either. It's just not the Rays formula. The Rays need to go back to their formula, which is bullpen and defense. And, we've been trying to get more of that offense. We've been sacrificing more of our defense every year over year. And, the last 2 years, that's resulted in no playoffs. So, I mean, we just got to get back on track and we got to get confidence in these bullpen guys.
I agree with that. Evan, what you got?
Yeah. I mean, I think Gibby covered most of it. Like, it's just not Major League defense right now.
It's
Like that's
egregious.
the stats that we mentioned earlier. It's like it is kind of hard to believe. Just I don't know. It's just very unraised. Like hitting with runners in scoring position. That's always kind of a problem. I feel like we have. I feel like actually, what 2 years ago we were actually really good with that. Or was it last year? I don't remember. One of the recent years we actually had a really good RS or
Risk.
RISP average. Um, and then one of the years I remember we had a horrible one. But
Yeah.
Atrocious.
getting those runners in, what Heel's a righty, Fried's a lefty,
Righty,
and
lefty, righty.
yeah, righty. So uh, yeah, no, I echo everything Gibby said as well.
Yeah. Keep Aaron Judge in the ballpark.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another key.
Because as we know, this is
Make him
regular
think it's the
season.
World Baseball Classic.
This is regular season, Judge. So this is like
Yeah,
real for him.
this is real.
Yeah, these are the important games for him. So we gotta keep him in the ballpark because these are the important games. All right, pick a players. Who we got? Who we looking at? How we feeling?
For me, I'm going to pick Chandler Simpson because part of the getting runners in scoring position is, our base stealing, and he's clearly the best at it. I mean, he can literally steal first to third in like three pitches. So, I mean, having him just in at third base, so if we get the tiniest knock, he's already home. So that's going to be a huge part. Maybe let him lead off. I know Yandy is hitting insanely good right now, so he's pretty good leadoff guy too, but he doesn't really have the speed that we kind of need in that leadoff spot. So maybe put Chandler there and then Yandy second, Aranda third, Junior fourth, uh, something like that maybe. Um, so Chandler Simpson, my offensive guy. I'll pick Mats as my pitcher. Just I think he said he's pitching today, or is it Nick Martinez today? Uh,
Today,
whoever.
he's today.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. So yeah, Mats. I'll pick him. He seems like he's been a very solid pickup for the Rays. So I mean, just keep going forward with that.
Evan.
I'm going Shane on Sunday.
Hell
I
yeah.
loved his energy after the game on Monday. Like, I mean, he didn't pitch poorly. I think us Rays fans know that he is more in the tank. And he was kind of just, I don't know if you saw that quote, but he was just like, it's enough of the feel good story. It's time
Yeah.
for him to start pitching well. Which I love that attitude. I love that. Like the moral victories are enough. Like we've had enough of the moral victories. I'm not saying
Hmm.
he's pitch. I mean, he's still pitching fine. Like it's not bad at all. But I just love that mentality. Um, maybe Sunday's the game that he kind of gets to go five, and I understand that he's working his way back, so I don't want to push him at all. But um, hopefully he can back up that mentality. And then I'm going with Fortes. I'm not sure what the catching position is going to look like this weekend. Just I guess Fiducia is probably going to start two games because there's two righties, but. Um, I'm gonna go Fortes. He's been honestly one of our better hitters of the season, and he's throwing out a base runner just for Alex. He's doing that for Alex.
Yep, he
I
did
would
that.
I would
You
appreciate
said
that.
something, Alex, and then he did it.
I
He's
would
a
appreciate that. Out of solidarity, because I didn't say it last week. Bilal, of course, just got to add him in because he didn't do anything. Don't put your fist up. And then let's go actual players. Give me Jake Fraley. Haven't really seen much of him this year. Would love to see some. Just a solid series. I'm not talking about anything crazy, but he hasn't hit his
I
first
feel like
home.
I've seen a lot of him. He's just
He
unlucky.
he's he has no power, but he squares up the baseball a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I just want to see him square up one and hit one over the
mm,
fence. Get that first home run out of the way, get some good vibes going. Um, and then I'm gonna go with oh God, what the hell is our bullpen looking like right now?
we got the an off day.
Landmine, landmine, landmine.
We needed an off day. Getting that
Did I
off day
already
yesterday
did I
helped.
already say Kevin Kelly for a series? Because like I just gotta I mean he's been just not
You know
good.
what? I think you should pick Kevin
Yeah,
Kelly.
I'll pick him, my sworn enemy, my new sworn enemy.
He
Yeah,
No,
he's
I mean, legitimately, I do like the Rays need to get some consistency in the bullpen, and to get someone like Kelly, who was consistent in the first 2 years that he pitched with the team. It's not like this guy was crap his entire time at the Rays. Like he was a very serviceable, well above average reliever that had good arm slot and good stuff. And then last year it all went to crap. So if he can get on track, then that is a good middle inning reliever that the Rays can use moving forward. Like they need someone like that right now because they just haven't had the consistency that they need in the bullpen. So to get someone like him would be crazy,
and
would be big.
he did look great in both the games on Sunday and Monday. Like the save, I think he got the save in the Sunday game that went to extras. And then he also looked really good and he got the win on in the Monday game.
And
Um,
also, shout out Brian Baker, stud. I
yeah.
think he actually might be. I feel more confident with him in a high leverage situation than I do Jax. Because Jax has been in enough of those high leverage situations and he's faltered too much to where I don't feel confident in using him. Like, I don't feel confident in Cash trying to use him in that role moving forward. Baker's been solid.
Mhm.
Like, I mess with Baker. I think he's good.